The Peacock is dead. I'm Jim Drastic.
I'm Tiffany Drastic.
I'm Nick Knutson.
And today on The Dangerous Ones, MSNBC, the only left-leaning political cable news network, just announced its rebranding. The new name, M-Snow.
I don't think that's what it is.
Okay. It's MSNOWMS Now. Short for My Source for News, Opinion, and the World.
They have like lots of people who work on branding over there.
I know.
And that's what they came up with.
That's the best they had.
Okay.
Anyway,
Go
We'll
ahead.
get into that. Yes, that's real. Yes, it sounds like corporate Mad Libs. And yes, their Peacock logo is flying away for something that looks like it came from a failed campaign app. But with a majority of Americans now getting their news from social media, will it even make a difference? Right? Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
Today, we'll play a little clip really fast of, I hate to subject people to Morning Joe and Joe Scarborough, but this morning on MSNBC, they announced the new brand, the new name, the new logo, and everything. So really quick, let's show you the clip.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, we have breaking news as it pertains to our network. This morning, a new name for the network by the end of the year. We will become MS Now, which stands for My Source for News, Opinion, and the World. And look, Andrew, they even have a graphic up. I like it.
There it is.
Actually,
The new logo.
It looks very sporty. As we go to Versant, we're going to be moving in this direction. MS Now, which I got to say, I got a call yesterday afternoon, and they're saying, "We hope you're okay. We're going." I was like, "What do you mean? Like this shows we're independent." And what I've said on this show time and time again is you look at the people that are running the company, they're entrepreneurial.
Right.
Like when you have somebody come into your company after working for like big corporations and you're talking, you're saying, and they go, "We want you to be entrepreneurial. We want you to come up with new ideas. We want you to push the boundaries." I'm excited about that. So I'm excited about this too. It's like, what's in a name? Well, whatever you put into the name.
Boy, isn't that true.
Wow.
First,
They like the logo.
They love the logo over there.
Has he ever taken a marketing class?
Did you hear how many uhs he had?
Oh my
That's how
God.
you close escrow, bro.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I don't think Joe's behind this.
I know.
I'm just saying.
So if you don't know, MSNBC has to change their name because apparently they got spun off from NBC Universal, and now they're part of another conglomerate of stations, including Oxygen and some other stations. So now they're basically their own thing now. And I'm going to show the logo on the screen real quick. When you look at this, to me, it looks about as safe and as uninteresting as possible. And by the way, I'm not trying to put them down.
Yeah.
I'm just giving my honest opinion.
Yeah.
What are your guys' opinions?
Well, if you want to come off different, if you want to not be corporatized Democrat messaging, then you probably shouldn't show up with a fucking campaign sign as your logo. Like this guy on Blue Sky said it perfectly. He goes, "That logo resembles a campaign yard sign for a candidate about whom you know nothing and whose name you've never heard."
That is so accurate.
Thank you, Mike B.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike B.
Yeah.
Oh my
Shout
God.
out. My
I couldn't
goodness.
agree more.
Yeah.
When I look at this logo, I say to myself, get a Gen Z in there who knows how to get asses in the seats.
Yeah.
Design something fucking cool. Like I was telling Tiff this morning when we were having coffee, I said, if Fox was redoing their logo, it'd be something with tanks and big old fucking explosions and boom, and they would know how to fucking get people to watch. Right? This looks about as boring as anything they've ever done. And that's the fucking problem. You know what I mean?
It's really just like that thing that's in between legacy media and the White House that people hate.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get rid of that in this spinoff. And what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This is exactly
Well,
the same shit.
And it just points to the worry.
Yeah.
Like, why is this happening? Why is this happening right now? There's everybody's worried about like corporate knee bending to, kissing the ring of the Trump administration. Paramount just canceled Colbert.
Right.
Like everybody's like, oh, that's just a business decision.
Bullshit.
It feels fucky.
Comcast is like, this is just a business decision. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
But it doesn't feel good.
Right.
It feels like as they spin off to this, like, if the logo has anything to say about it, like pretty innocuous station, like that's MSN. Like, say what you will, I don't watch a lot of MSNBC.
Yeah, I know you don't
personally.
Yeah.
But it is the only like liberal leaning cable news network
for sure.
And if they're looking to, which they've said, they've indicated, if they're looking to expand to more like culture stuff and global perspectives, like it's great. But what that means is that there's less time for more liberal perspectives on the station, and that's not great in this moment.
Yeah.
When there's less and less, emphasis on that.
Well, with Colbert being canceled, VOA is gone. NPR is being defunded.
Kneecapped.
So is it a coincidence?
Right.
No, it's not. It's completely done on purpose, in my view. And what happened with MSNBC is just another symptom of that. And listen, you cannot possibly be listening to a person who has watched more MSNBC over the last 10 years than myself.
We're opposites.
Oh, my God. When I met him, I'd never watched cable news in my life because I'm not from that place. I was at the point I met you, I was barely reading American news because I was like, they're all lying. This is a propaganda machine. Fuck all this shit.
And you were right.
See, I was right.
You were right.
So all those years ago, it's like one of our first dates.
It was one of our first dates.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he sits me down to watch Rachel Maddow, and I'd never seen her before in my life. I mean, I've seen her, but I've never watched the show.
Right.
So she starts going down this rabbit hole of what her style
the first
is.
20 minutes
her
of her
intro
show.
style.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just flew right out of my mouth. I said, we get it. You had to be there.
Yeah. But she used an expletive in there, and it was so funny. I made his dinner, and I spit out my food. It was so funny because you were right.
And cable news is written and designed to fill entire days full of 12-minute blocks. It's not really produced to drop facts all day long. Like that's not what it is. It is, and their business model is stuck in this world of curating news because they think that's what people should see instead of reflecting what people are looking for and what they are. They want immediacy, they want authenticity, and you can't beat the breaking news cycle of the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't. It's digital, and cable is analog trying to cram into a digital space. So I hope you guys figure it out because you cannot fuck this up.
Well, and that's a great point. I mean, it is really important. Like, this is, like we said, the last liberal-leaning cable news station.
Yeah.
And, like, whatever this new iteration MS Now is, like we wanted to succeed.
Yeah, we needed to succeed.
Assuming that that from a corporate perspective, they keep their editorial perspective.
Yeah, right.
That's a question.
And
I don't know if that's
looking at you,
happen,
60 Minutes,
right?
And there's a lot of people I love over on MSNBC that are moving, but you guys axed a lot of people I love too.
Yep.
I'm looking at you, Joy Reid.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Rachel. I still love Rachel Maddow. I like Nicole Wallace, but axing Joy Reid and Katie Fang is unforgivable, in my opinion.
And now you have a lot to prove to me personally.
That's right. And by the way, does it even matter? Because more and more people are getting their news through social media. Folks, that is an enormous shift.
Yes.
So
can I tell you?
Yeah, please. You got some numbers?
Okay, yeah, I do. Hang on, let me pull it up here. Okay, so Navigator Research came out with a study of Gen Z news consumption, and that's of course like a big up and coming voting bloc and generation. The numbers are crazy. So 63% of Gen Z have social media websites where news is shared as their main source of news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so people, they're getting it on Instagram. They're getting it on TikTok. They're getting it on, Facebook. No, not that generation. They're getting it on meta platforms. The second one behind that, so 63% of Gen Z getting their news from social media websites. The next one after that is 35% from online news websites. So MSNBC has 8% with Gen Z.
Yeah,
So
that tells you right there.
Maybe they are just looking at their business model and being like, this isn't working anymore. They haven't plateaued, they're sinking.
Do you think that they're going to try to get more younger?
I would wager that that's part of what they're trying to do. They're probably looking at focusing more on online news and getting stuff out on social platforms.
Yeah.
But if it's a cable station, it's 24/7.
Right.
And so they're still going to have to fill that time. And what they've said is that they're going to back off from being all politics and focus more on like culture and world and stuff like that. And that just leaves less airtime in that modality of transmitting information to people for liberal perspectives.
And that was the whole reason people tuned in the first place. So now they're not even going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it like lifts the importance of what we're trying to do here with the Dangerous Ones Network and with even what like the Midas guys are doing and other up and coming alternative internet based media.
Yeah. Well, with the Dangerous Ones, our network motto here is where resistance lives. Why is that? It's not just a catchy phrase. We're here in the heart of Portland, Oregon. Yeah. This is protest city. You know what I mean? Yeah. We live and breathe that every day. That is what we do. And, now with, street level activism and meets mainstream news is what we do.
Yeah.
And also I love that, we have another one of our mottos is news, culture, danger. And these guys are like news, culture, world, or whatever the fuck it is. It's like,
you can tell that they ran it through like a machine of donors. And does this make sense? Does this test well?
Right. And that's the thing is we're here to I'm done with being 100% politically correct.
Yeah.
We're here to build an army of resistors because we live and breathe that every day. Nobody funds this show. We do it on our own dime, and we're here.
Please go and subscribe at Substack, guys.
Please.
That'd be so nice. Thank you.
And it's only possible because of the people who listen to this show, who are fellow resistors. Maybe they're just dabbling in it. Maybe they're maybe they're loyal listeners. They listen every time. Regardless, if you're here, we can't thank you enough for being part of this family, the Dangerous Ones family. Let us know what you think of MSNBC's new logo and their new name, M. Snow. Let us know what you think. Give us a call, 503-212-4600. You can email us at shout@thedangerousones.com. And folks, please like and subscribe this video, comment and share. That would sure mean a lot to us. And if you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, please give us a 5-star review. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so by going to thedangerousones.com. Until then, be safe, get into good trouble, and remember, we are all the Dangerous Ones.
Bye.
Bye.